Hi everyone, today is May 21st. This is weekly analysis starting with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, not easy. The market is not easy. The macro factors are influencing the crypto, not at all easy. However, they're trying to be a step ahead and trying to figure out what it's trying to do here. So this call is more focusing on the trend, but we are also going to look at low time frame for Bitcoin and then go for higher time frame. I think this is at an inflection point where we are going to see a rally. The rally could be up to S8 or higher. Higher, how high? It could be 40K as well. It could be 44K as well. Don't be shocked. Up to S7, it's possible. Up to S6 is also possible. Okay, it is possible. So we're going to look at it, but everything is going to happen, and we are going to have a checkpoint in between. Everything is going to happen in steps. Each step is going to be our validation point, and that's where we'll decide what it's trying to do, because there are so many dynamics here, right? Because this Bitcoin is not driven by crypto fundamentals, it's beyond crypto fundamentals. Now we know. Earlier it was not known to majority of the people on Twitter. When I see they're just looking for 100K for no reason, they realize that it's a bigger game, right? I hope they realize. um but I do see now. So they are talking about correlation with traditional market and all those things. So which is good thing. That means there's more they're getting educated, which is good thing. They're understanding the bigger game there. But anyway, let's not talk about them. But the point is, the good thing about our group is there is no major surprises here as far as trend is concerned. It has been utterly boring and challenging trading environment for sure. So it's very hard to find anything which is longer term. As I mentioned, that the way Bitcoin drop is not like on daily basis. So this is like it would, there's no major crash. There's always some bounce. If you look at these candles, there is there would be a drop, but there, and again a bounce, drop, a bounce, and drop, a bounce. So even here as well, very confusing. This is even messier it is, and whole entire move was like that. Though you get clarity only when you look at the weekly. That's why we focus a lot on weekly now. But for this call, I'm going to start at low time frame, maybe 4 hours. Let me see, 4 hour makes sense, and then we'll go higher. Okay, so this is potentially a level from where we could see an attempt to touch S8, the next level. Now, if you note the yellow line has been a trouble for this uh, consolidation. What is positive here is, even though yesterday it went down, it didn't make new low. So that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. I was just thinking that, I was just expecting this to continue. This to maintain. This was super important. Of course, this is the low, this is the retest, and then coming back to this level again. We should appreciate what BTC is doing. I'm telling you why. Because if you look at the traditional market index like Nasdaq or even S&P, they made new low. Bitcoin didn't make new low. Okay. So there is more resilience. So even though this is like a kind of a beta stock, tech stock, but I'm seeing more resilience, and it is indicating that it doesn't want to make new low so easily. See, if there is even bigger move from traditional market, even bigger than what we saw last week, then anything could happen. But the market movement, if you look at stock market movement, they were like huge. Like Apple was dropping by 3 to 6% almost every day, and so many other stocks. Apple I'm mentioning because Apple doesn't go down easily. That's why I'm referring Apple. Apple, Microsoft, they do not go down easily. And if they go down, means there is something major. And then you see Bitcoin is kind of, even outperforming them. So what I interpret is it doesn't want to go down so easily, right? So that's my rationale behind what is happening and why I think that it doesn't want to go down further, right? So if anything major happened next week, then we can always assess, and we are open enough to look into the new development. But the present is telling me that it wants to go up. Okay, and the present matters the most, right? Every time it's important. We don't have to speculate a lot. The present is telling with the recent past and a present. Recent past is important, present is important. Future is not important. In fact, there is no future. There's always recent past, and there's always present, right? Future doesn't exist. So because future unfolds, or yeah, it's unfolded from the present. So we had to focus on the present and the recent past. That's it. That has been my approach. Now, so this is 4 hour. This line is critical. Whatever is 28,500, let's say, this must be our support level. This irrespective of whatever coin you're having, unless it is diverging for some reason. But this is our lifeline. Okay, 28,500 to be conservative, because some exchange might have a little bit here and there. 28,500 should cover all the exchanges, I believe. Right, so this is important to maintain. And yeah, so let's talk about bullish case now, because this is the time to talk about that. So firstly, the first thing is, what is the requirement? It has to break above this. I'm talking lower time frame. Okay, that's why I had to refer this. You can draw this line very easily, and so the yellow must be broken above. Then the orange must be broken above, which is 317,750. Whatever is the, yeah, tiny. And then S8. This is where I would like to see Bitcoin landing, like here, like this, right? With two interim resistance. I think if it tries again and go back to this level, it should be able to break above. There were 2 rejections. If it goes back, then the probability of breaking above this is very high now. So that's something. And then some reaction here, maybe a little bit of pullback, and then attempts to break above, and then ultimately. So it may not be straight line, but I'm just illustrating the direction here. So it could be like zigzag like this, but this is the destiny now, and it could be a little higher. And in that case, maybe I'll just fine tune. It can be intersection of this. I'll make a circle. It could be intersection of S8 and this downtrend line that you see here. So this is likely to be our destiny. Now, after reaching there, I'm expecting it to pull back for obvious reason. Okay, somewhere here. It could go down all the way here and then try to shoot up like this and touch this level. Now you can imagine, so these are going to be the decision levels, decision points. So I'll make a circle here, because this is going to be, these are checkpoints. Remember, I'm not considering this and this because these are small. If it starts making an upside move, then S8 is high probable. So S8 is high probable target. So I'm focusing more on that. And of course, if this doesn't bounce, then you know what I mean is that means it would make a new low like this, right? So that's so obvious. So this is the map that I have in my mind at this moment, and definitely we should just make sure that this is our key level. We should not forget about it, and this could happen from here as well. But at least we have a map. At least we have a map. We are expecting, so I have to make this bold, I mean, solid line, and this is dashed line because I'm weighing more on the upside move at this moment, right? So I would depict with the, and this is little dicey because we don't know. So orange line is indicating that, I mean, it's not green. It means we had to reassess and see. And these are dotted line. These are far-fetched. So dotted means right now we cannot say for sure. Right. So this is the path. This is more obvious. Okay. And then this is the next probable one. Correct. And then we'll see. So I think for 4 hour or one day, it's one and the same at this moment. As far as the journey is concerned, as far as this map is concerned. So I hope this part is clear with you. If not, then you can always ask question, but I think this is super simple to understand. And yeah, so this covers, let me expand a little. So this is the required level, and I'm just saying that I'll make this S6 as green to just match the color of the label, because it's a support but also a required level for all-time high. So I'm changing, and I'm changing this color as well to make sure it matches with the label. You know what, I'll make this orange just to distinguish, and we typically use the yellow and orange for resistance line. That's why. So now I think this is super simple. Please, so a lot of people may surprise. So first of all, when it moves up, people will realize that, hey, it's moving up. And then it has to react and go down, right? This is the maximum level, not necessarily all the way. It could be up to this as well, not necessarily all the way, but this is the limit. We don't want this limit to be like, I mean, it could come down a little bit, but point is we don't want this kind of a move. That's too much. That's the whole idea. So up to this is totally all right, and then shoot up. Now if you don't know this map, it is very hard for you to understand what Bitcoin is doing. So now I think with this information, the life becomes easy, very easy. And initially, this is very important that it breaks above yellow. Maybe I would draw a dotted solid line from here just to make sure that at least we need to break above yellow. So I think that makes sense in my opinion. So this is probable move, but I think it's better to make this arrow from this yellow. And here we are saying kind of uncertain at this moment, but we are leaning more for the upside. So the probability wise, that's my stand at this moment. Okay, so I hope this is clear with everyone. And maybe what we can do is I can take question right away, just in case if you have doubt, you can ask question. Don't worry about recording. It's recording is going on, but it's okay. It's private. It's not going out. So if you have question, I can quickly answer because you need to understand what I just explained. And if it is understood well and good, we can move on. So I'll wait for 5 seconds, 10 seconds in case there's question. Okay, no question, which is good. That means I explained well, and that means you understood well, which is good. So this is Bitcoin. Now we don't have to look at one day. This is good enough. We can move to weekly, right? Weekly, and we are using Bitstamp for weekly. This is the Bitstamp. Okay, let's say it has come to MS2, right? This is our weekly one. Now earlier what we were tracking was the rectangular pattern, which I think, I don't know why I removed this line. Yes. We had a line here, nearby. So if you look at this one, it touched MS2 or came very extremely close to, so we can say it has hit MS2 major support. This was the, and now it's near the breakdown level. This is the breakdown level. This is a rectangular pattern. But the thing is, if you track weekly, remember this is not really broken. Why? Because the close was higher. The close was higher. And this is also not convincingly broken because it's on edge. You know what I'm saying? So though it went down significantly from the breakdown level, it hasn't broken because the week ended higher and the week hasn't ended yet. And even if it ends here, this is still higher, because you can imagine this line could be here or here. Point is, it's marginally, it's on edge for sure, right? So we cannot say this rectangular pattern is broken yet, which is very interesting. That means this it's not that bad. It's not that bad, though it's an edge case, as I said here as well. When this was the low, there were multiple attempts and very tricky situation. And this is even more, and this is even deeper. But closing is important. The closing was much higher, and this is on edge. So this is not here. This is here. So you know what I'm saying? So this rectangular pattern is still intact. Yeah, if we closes near this lower wick of this candle, then we can say, okay, that's bad. That means this is gone. This is not gone yet. Okay, so the Bitcoin weekly is in bad shape from its price movement point of view, because there were 7 consecutive candles and this is the 8th one. This, I was expecting 8th to be green, but looks like I may run out of time. But even if I get little boost up to, let's say, 31,000 MS1 level, that also big deal. If we can get by tomorrow, then also, because if this week closes somewhere higher, somewhere near the previous close, it will give me a lot of confidence. Now, whatever I said on that path low level, that's one lower time frame and more detailed analysis. So when you look at this, you have to think differently, because this is more at a trend level. Okay, more at a trend level, and analysis is more on candles. So if you're posting anything on chat, I won't be able to comment on it, okay, and while I'm talking. But I'll give some time so you can speak later on. So I'll continue. Um, so when you look at weekly is more, we are focusing more on trend, not, you know, each and every move like what we saw at a lower time frame. Here, it's very important how we close this. So we would like week to close near 31K. If that happens, it's not amazing, but it's good enough for us to say, okay, you know what? We are not thinking of major downside move yet. It kind of buys some time. It kind of show a sign of revival, and that's a big deal to me. I'm not in hurry, even if I'm not. I mean, I would like to see a huge pump, but to be honest, practically speaking, even if I get 31K and it shows that it doesn't want to go down below this level that we're tracking here, that is more than enough for me, because I know that down the line, like later this week, next week, not this week, later this next week, it will try to move up. So that's the expectation, right? So I won't draw any line here because we covered, but that's the whole idea. There was one, there is one line that I would like to add back. We had one line which was broken, which is, this is the one. I'm adding this purposefully because I'm expecting this to touch this one. No, we'll see. It depends on when it touches, like next week, then it's 35, 36K level or something like that. But there is a high probability on a weekly time frame that it reacts near this line. So I'm adding back because this is a pullback, that this is breakdown and a pullback of the breakdown from the breakdown that happens. And in that case, this pullback, many people say pullback when it goes down, but let me tell you the definition of pullback from a breakout point of view. When when a when a asset breaks down from the support level, which is this one, and returns back, is called pullback. Similarly, when, for example, I'll give you the example, and if this is my trend line, for example, I'm just hypothetically at this moment, just I want to explain the concept, formal definition. Let's say if this is the line and if this breaks above, right? And then this is, people call this pullback, but this is actually throwback. Okay. You can read the formal definition. I don't know. I don't want to change the world, and but people, but I read economic book, and this is the definition. So this is called breakout. This is called throwback, means it retest and then goes up. And this is called breakdown, and then there is pullback. But it's okay. I'm not going to comment more on that. But this is the formal definition. Okay, so I'm expecting a pullback on this breakdown and touch this line somewhere here on a weekly time frame. Very important. So survival from here is very important. Bounce up to 31K is our next goal, and then thirdly, touching the orange line. That's it. We don't have to complicate anything. As far as Bitcoin's price action is concerned, we don't want this to be broken. Means we don't want somewhere here in next couple of days, especially Sunday evening, in fact, to be precise. And we would like it to be near 31K. I have no big expectation. 31K, I'm more than happy. And then later touch this one, maybe in next week, by next weekend, or next to next week. That's fine, totally fine. So that's my expectation from this setup, right? And so with that note, I think I covered Bitcoin. We can have a quick look at the monthly without drawing, just to eyeballing what is happening. So the monthly is bad. Okay, the monthly is bad. We have still 9 days to go. If it it could improve, but we don't know how much. At this moment, it's bad, right? So monthly is bad. Weekly, as I said, on edge. Daily is showing a sign of bounce. So that's the analysis. That's the setup at this moment. Okay. Now we can have a quick look at quarterly as well. Quarterly is also bad. You see what is happening on quarterly. Quarterly is very important for macro, and we're talking about short term. As I said, reversal. There are two things. When we talk about bounce first, um, it's about relief rally or relief bounce or whatever you want to call, and that has a limit which we have on daily time frame or 4 hour time frame. We saw, you can refer this video later, but we have it. I'll repost anyways, but that's a dead kid bounce level. Okay, that kid bounce level means not good enough, not height is not good enough. So that's a relief rally. So it's always short term, because no asset goes down forever. When they are beaten up badly, like 7 weeks in a row, they all tend to go higher. So we are latching on that opportunity, right? No one should be thinking at this moment, even at 34K, not even 34K, not even at 40K or near 44K, nobody should be thinking that we are going for 100K, in my opinion. Okay. Yeah, you can expect that it would happen, but not with a firm belief that it's going to happen, right? 34K not in good enough, not at all good enough. 40K, 44K is like kind of an edge where you can say now it can happen, but it has to break above. Then we talk about 100K, 200K, or maybe more. But at this moment, we are trying to be more practical and say, okay, we are trying to take advantage of some long-term, long positions or long trade, like whatever percentage we get out of alts, because alt tend to move faster. So alt would provide more opportunity, BTC comparatively less, as we know, but they would have more volatility. But so this is short term. That's what I want to remind, because nobody should think that this is done. However, it's a stage, right? The relief rally could turn into reversal. So there are two stages. One is relief rally. We had to call, so the bounce is not the same. Firstly, the bounce is called relief rally because we are saying this is a potential bottom, but many people say local bottom. What they mean local bottom is it's not absolute bottom. Means there is bottom and then there is a potential upside move, and that if the move is high enough, then it could turn into reversal, and it could become reversal. So the reversal doesn't happen, or is not known at this stage. No way, nobody knows, but we can say there is going to be bounce. So there are two stages. One is relief rally, that's what we're talking about, but then we'll have a checkpoint and see if this relief rally could turn into reversal. So when the reversal happen, that's where you talk about new all-time high. Otherwise you don't. Okay. So at least our group should be more realist here, in my opinion, because then we won't have any shock or surprises. So as long as we know that this is a short-term rally, the long-term scenario hasn't changed yet, macro factors haven't changed yet. In fact, they are going to go worst, in my opinion. Okay. And I still believe that a macro level, 18K is still on the table. 18K to 21K is still on the table, and potentially even lower, up to 8K. But 8K is extreme. Like talking about 500,000 and 1 million is extreme. But 18K and 21K is highly probable at this moment on a macro scale. Right. But if it breaks above 40K, then of course it changes and we'll be talking about higher levels. And I have higher levels as well. That's not a problem because I have both the levels ready. But we have to make sure that we don't choose the wrong side. Right. So that's a macro level. The macro level hasn't improved yet. Okay. So that's very important to know. So with that note, I'm ending the Bitcoin session and then moving into alts. I think what I can do is I'll continue. But if there's any quick question, ask me before I move into alts. Let me know. I'll wait for 3 seconds. No chat. You have to speak up.
shy.
Uh-huh.
We're all shy.
The shy. Okay, that's fine then. That's fine.
I think we understand.
Okay. I'm moving into alts now. Totally ignoring any question on chat if there is. Yeah, I'm a bad boy. Okay, Alice, we should look at weekly. You know what? Sometime in this situation, no matter what, you can choose anything. You can choose anything, to be honest. You had to just make sure that Bitcoin doesn't go down. So we covered that part, right? So I won't repeat it. But at this moment, I mean, anything you choose. Only thing you can do is that's why I mentioned 2 days ago that you take any active coin or use Spectrum, you know, it won't make any difference because they'll take the same direction. The only difference would be the percentage. Otherwise, like today, tomorrow, they would move at different pace. That's the only difference. Otherwise, it's everything is one and the same. And we cannot predict which one will move faster and all that. Of course not. At this moment, you take anything, it is likely to go up. Okay, Alice. So Alice, this is low. Now, how I'll change this. This could touch this level, right? So this is a breakdown. So if the Bitcoin, so if the Bitcoin goes up, is a underlying statement, is an underlying assumption, okay? That and all what I mean everything that I'm going to say here is based on that assumption. So that should be clear with everyone. If Bitcoin does something different, then anything on alt is voided, is yeah, is invalidated. Okay, so it's always the case. So here I'm expecting it to touch somewhere around $5 or $5.50, maybe somewhere here. Yeah, 4.5 to 5, something like this region. All right, so at this moment we are expecting, so Atom also showing sign of slowness here. So it got this low, you see this one. Yeah, the support from the earlier one. So there's a complete reset. Oops. Beaten up badly. It'll try to break up, it'll try to reach S3, right? And potentially S2 also, you never know, but at least S3. So now it's simple. You have prior resistance. So you don't need me to provide resistance. You have, sorry, prior resistance or support. So all these lines that you are going to see, whenever you want to refer, you refer this video, which I'm going to post. And that's your target or resistance, whatever you want to call. So I'm not going to post for you. You get it, right? I'm not going to post. Everything is valid, as I said. Means you have 30 plus coins. And all these lines are your targets. So I'm not going to post it. So don't be surprised that I hadn't posted. Okay, because no need to. I'm leaving the video post. I mean, we are everything is captured in this video, so you have that information, right? So here it will try to touch S3 AVAX. BNB, similar stuff. It will try to re-enter. So this is going to be a confluence zone, right? Near S1, around 44, 420, 430 kind of a level for BNB. This could touch S2, but with a resistance near white line, right? So react here or here. Doge, life is simple now. See, so Doge is resting on S2. So it could touch this one on 0.13 or something like that. DOT would you can expect it to touch this yellow line, right? Around 15, 16, 15, 15 and a half. EGLD up to S2. If it is too strong, probably a little higher. Ethereum S2 potentially inside. It may go inside and touch 2700. For an example, in that case, like this. So here or here. But this is like this kind of a move. Remember, this kind of a move. Just to for you to visualize. You see this drawdown, consolidation, and the move. This drawdown, potential slow movement, and a move. You see this drawdown, consolidation, and a move like that. So this is likely to be like this. So mentally we should be prepared that 1 or 2 week like slow and then shoot up like this and touches somewhere. It depends. It depends how when it shoots up. So it will hit this line. It depends when it shoots up, right? Speed will determine where what point in on this line will be intersected or touched. Right? It could be confluence of both potentially. We don't know for sure at this moment, but it could be like this or maybe somewhere here. But this is too much in my opinion. It could take different angle. This one, touch this one. We'll see. Right. Anyway, we'll have opportunity next week, so we don't have to think a lot at this moment because next Saturday we'll have somewhere here. So we don't have to think a lot. At this moment, you pick your poison. Which poison in a positive way? Sorry, it's just an expression. What point is you? I don't know the expression for positive thing. Pick the poison. What is opposite to that? I don't know. Basically, you choose your right here. Anyway, so here flux expected to touch this line somewhere here, 1.07 FTM. See, it came down, right? It's following our path. So this didn't happen because no required level. I mean, it didn't reach the required level. So this could now go up and touch this line. No brainer, right? So this is advantage that we see. This is 100% move. I'm not kidding. 120% move. Wow. Looks like I should buy this one somehow. You guys are so lucky. You have so many options. Those who are internet.
Can I add that there are small resistance power time frame for FTM?
Oh, somebody.
Only out.
I had to mute you all. Not now. If you have a question, then it's okay. But no side talk, please. All right. So FTM looks strong and looks like huge move. Wow. HNT. Right. So HNT also same story. S2 Destiny. KCS. Right. KCS up to this level 1920 level, one of the strongest coins. Remember, one of the strongest ones. I'll remove this because this could expand. That's why it could touch this level 20, around 20. KDA again S2. I think we can safely say like they'll touch these trend lines. Some resistance here, but it could be somewhere here, around 6. Chainlink. A Chainlink could touch this level, right? Similar story. It's making new low with each. So you see how it is dropping. Drop, bounce, drop, bounce, drop, bounce, drop, bounce. So this is how it's traversing. So this is like short-term opportunity. Oh, Luna the Great, Luna the Great. I'm still keeping Luna. See, this is trash coin at this moment, to be honest, because it has, you know, the story, so I don't have to say. But it was, but the thing is, because the snapshot is on 27th, if the voting, I mean, I don't know the latest on the voting, but if the proposal is accepted, then the post attack snapshot is going to be May 27th. And I still believe that this coin, they could pump this coin. Some accounts may be accumulating a lot of Luna at this moment. It's my speculation. I have no information. It's just logical conclusion that I'm making, that maybe they'll exhaust retailer. They'll make sure they'll dump and then pump this at the very last moment, or a couple of days before the snapshot, in my opinion. Before that, they'll exhaust all the retailers, and the big guys will just get in, because there's going to be free Luna coming from. I'm not saying the Luna 2.0 will be grand, but what I know that people have not left Luna, like they still believe in supporting Luna. They were in great loss, of course, but I don't see that the Luna is dying. The mainly is there are so many people or team are coming up, like Matic or CZ, or so many people are coming and rescuing this project. So they are investing in it. So that is telling me that they are not abandoning this coin or project or platform. And that is telling me that Luna 2.0 is not dying. And it may not have the same reputation, but people forget the past. When price goes up, people forget the past. That's the reality. If Luna 2.0 pumps, they'll forget what happened to Luna 1.0. Let me tell you, because people have short memory when there's benefit. So they'll forget about Luna 1.0. So my rationale is, my expectation is, looking at all this information that I'm gathering, that this coin could pump. So I'm not, this is like lottery, as I said, and we don't know how high this would go. So don't ask me that, but we have levels. So we have levels. I shared the level, and I'll share again when it starts pumping. But I'm not giving up on this coin. That's the point I'm making. I'm not giving. So this is dead coin, but I'm not giving up yet. I'm interested to see what happens prior to 27th of May. And this could surprise many, and this could really pump hard. And that's something is exciting me in one way. And I'm holding some, I reduce some. I'm just diversifying because other are moving up, so I'm diversifying. I was holding a huge amount, but then I reduced, but I'm still holding. And those are kind of free, you know, coins for me, because I bought at that bottom a few hours late, right at the bottom. So I'm going to keep. And in fact, yesterday's drop is kind of offering that it's even cheaper. So again, this is lottery coin. Okay, so there's no TA in this. At this, I mean, it's falling technical. No, I don't want to say that it's falling technical. I proven that. But the point is, it's making new low since the correction started. That's the thing. But each and every low is a technical support. I can prove it again and again. So it's hitting technical. Only thing is, I'm not emphasizing a lot from that point of view, because each drop is huge, and people who put a lot of money could lose a lot. So that's why I would not say this is a lottery coin. That's what I'm saying. right? So Luna is not done yet. It next few days will be very interesting, very. So that's something to see. MANA Mana is we can expect it to hit S2, which is this 1.89. Matic is this is the oral path, but not like this. Maybe we can shift like this and say go up and then goes down like this. Or we can remove it. We can say goes up and then goes down. But at this moment, we're expecting it to move up. How high? Maybe up to this. This is huge. Potentially. 1.2, 1.25. Similar thing I can do. Actually, somewhere here. Or 1. Yeah, maybe 1. And then it could go down further. If it comes back to this level, then of course we have to change our mind. I mean, stand. 1 up to S2, we can expect, or somewhere in between. But yeah, I mean, everything that you see, at least 30% to 100% range that I'm seeing. Depends on different coins. Depends on, yeah, so we cannot say for sure how much, but that's a range. That's why I said anything you take, there's something to gain. In this one also, render coin, we could add a line, coming down. So depends on where it hits, right? So for example, if we project a percentage, so if it goes very like straight line, 120%. If it goes at angle, 86%. If it is tired, and then 50, still it could fetch 40-50%, looks like minimum up to 120. So we don't know when it will touch, but you get the range from that. So that's right. And this same method is for all the coins. Nothing special for this. It is likely to react at this trend line. This is what happens in the bear trend. Okay, just to let you know, this is the behavior. This is how it propagates. Look at this descending triangle. So it's okay to expect this move, to touch this S2 or up this one. Possible sand could go all the way here, somewhere here, maybe this level. This is R6, R5. So this is R4. So R4, around R4. This is R3. SKL up to S2. SOL, it hit this one, remember, it hit this one almost, right? Reacted. So maybe we can tune a little bit like this. It's okay. So it happened. So now this bounce could go up to this, maybe higher like this, and then goes down. If it breaks above required level, then it's a different story. But yeah, this is really fair. We are a similar story up to this level, maybe 0.01 something. We can draw a line again for our next week's reference and to see. We can draw a line very easy on weekly, connect these two, and then we get it. So locally also you could have it, not a big deal. XRP, nothing more to say around this area or around this area. This coin, I'm not interested. I'm going to drop. In fact, let me drop it. I'm dropping. Dropped. This is nothing. It's just hype. I mean, there are other coins, so there's no value add. It hasn't made new all-time high, so doesn't make sense. What else? Yeah, that's it. Then we're done with the. So I'm going to stop the recording. Open for any question.